Locking myself in a room with Joe Dispenza's meditations was by far the best decision I ever made in my life. And this decision led to me healing a health issue that every doctor labeled as incurable. And it also allowed me to 30x my income from $1,000 a month to $30,000 a month. And this, and also countless mystical experiences and magical synchronicities, led to me becoming a millionaire and manifesting $1 million. And because I want you to achieve the same level of abundance, I decided to share the exact 5 steps that I took in order to not just embody my abundant self, but to also become it in my physical reality. And on top of that, I reveal my personal meditation schedule and the exact Joe Dispenza meditations I did on my path to $1 million. The 3-level heart alignment plan that led to such a strong quantum leap that money began flooding to me. And the 1 action step nobody talks about that makes all the difference when manifesting with Joe Dispenza's meditations. Now let's see if the following statement will shock you. Since the day I did my very first Joe Dispenza meditation, I never missed a day. And that was in the year 2020, right before the lockdown started. I was bedridden, I was in pain. In fact, I was in so much pain that whenever I put my boxer shorts on, I was screaming. And my business that was already struggling back then, and I only made around $1,000 a month, was completely destroyed by the lockdown that really put the nail in the coffin. My health in shambles. My financial situation completely screwed, and the universe remembers how hard that time was. Oh, I remember. You were a total mess. And yet I didn't miss a day, even though I had many dark nights of the soul. There were moments when I was crying right after a meditation because the pain was too strong and the financial uncertainty felt overwhelming. But I didn't give up. In his book, Evolve Your Brain, Joe Dispenza talks about his healing journey and how he visualized himself being healed 3 hours a day, morning, noon, and evening. Does that mean that you, on your journey of manifesting abundance, that you also have to meditate 3 hours a day and 3 times a day? Not necessarily, but it's definitely a good idea to give yourself as many opportunities as possible to reach the frequency of abundance, because the more often you reach the frequency of abundance, the more opportunities the universe has to respond to the signals you send into the field. The longer you maintain the frequency of abundance, the stronger the signal you send into the field gets. And this leads us to step number 1. Meditate multiple times a day, because it's so easy to fall back into old patterns. But now you might be saying, ain't nobody got time for that. Then do 1 long meditation and 1 short meditation every day. Maybe you want to do a tuning into new potentials meditation in the morning, and then at some point throughout the day or in the evening, a short 15-minute meditation from Joe Dispenza's generating series. Or you can of course also do one of the more than 60 guided meditations and hypnosis files that you receive as one of the many bonuses for investing in my audio program. And each of these meditations that focus on manifesting health, wealth, and physical healing are around 10 to 15 minutes long. So you can also work with that. And if you want to find out more about this audio program, you can click on the 2nd link in the description. But always remember what Joe Dispenza shared with us in Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And that's that meditation allows us to access the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is the realm where all our beliefs and behaviors that we have to change in order to arrive in our desired reality are trapped in. And yes, I had to also become somebody else in order to become a millionaire, because my old self was, well, not in alignment with abundance. My old self started the day by cursing the world. My old self complained all the time. My old self judged everyone. My old self was miserable. That's why meditating multiple times a day seemed like the only logical thing to do, no matter how hard it was. And I can confidently say that it was incredibly hard in the beginning. First of all, I couldn't do the meditation sitting up. I had to lay down because the pain was so severe that I just couldn't sit. And my mind was so all over the place that I could only focus for maximum 5 minutes at a time. And what I did was to, for example, start Joe Dispenza's morning meditation at minute 15, and then at minute 20 I stopped it again because I just couldn't do it anymore. And nowadays I can easily do a 1 hour synchronizing your energy to abundance or synchronizing your energy to a new life meditation. And when I'm at the advanced retreats from Joe Dispenza, and I've already been to 3 of them, then I can easily do the 3 or 4 hour pineal gland meditation. So it's all a matter of practice. But now you might be asking, Sebastian, what are your favorite Joe Dispenza meditations? Okay, I give up. For manifesting abundance, I absolutely love synchronizing your energy to abundance, tuning into new potentials, the courageous heart. And yes, I know the courageous heart is a weird choice, but what can I say? The music really makes me feel abundant. And now I'm curious, what is your favorite Joe Dispenza meditation to manifest money, wealth, and abundance? Let me know in the comments below. I promise that I will reply to your comment. Now it's time to show up every day as the green version of you. Huh? Imagine there are 2 versions of you. One version of you is gray and the other one is green. And no, I don't want you to become the Incredible Hulk. The gray version of you is full of doubt, afraid of the unknown, worried about the future, fearful about every expense. Then there is the green version of you who is empowered and unlimited, falling in love with the unknown, excited about the future that you create, joyfully letting money flow in and flow out. Now, which version of you will more likely become a millionaire? The answer is obvious, and in case you are still confused why green, well, cash is green and you will have a lot of it in your pockets. Get it? Green, cash, huh? And this leads us directly to step number 2. Create an avatar of abundance and show up as the green version of you every day. And no, we are not creating a blue version of you like the avatar in, well, the movie Avatar. However, what we're gonna do is to think about what Joe Dispenza said in his book Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, and that's that you cannot change when you feel, think, and act in the same way. And yes, this is the T-Rex of change. And in his book, You Are the Placebo, he even shares with us that in order to create a new reality, we have to become a new self who behaves differently and makes different choices. And that's why I invite you to ask yourself the following question. Who is my millionaire self? Think about the choices you make, the thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, the habits you embrace, the behaviors you show. Now let me give you a practical example for each of these points. Choices: I make the choice to eat healthy. Thoughts: I am worthy of large sums of money. Emotions: freedom, gratitude, joy. Habits: I do at least 1 Joe Dispenza meditation every day. Behaviors: I stay calm and relaxed when my coworker chews loudly. This guy is chewing like a goddamn chainsaw. In his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Joe Dispenza makes the important point that we can only become the new self when we know exactly what the new self looks like. And that's why I invite you to write down everything that you can think of, everything that you want to include in your new self. Write it on a piece of paper or in your journal, and then do your best to act like the new self every day. And in week number 3 of my 8-week one-on-one coaching program, the Abundance Reality Shift Coaching Program, we're going to dive deep into the creation of your new abundant self. And you also learn how to embody this new self throughout the day, and we will even practice with method acting techniques. Now let's talk about the one organ in our body that I ignored for almost all my lifetime. And no, I'm not talking about my liver, even though in my teenage years my liver also had all kinds of things to do on the weekends. And before you're freaking out, in Germany we are legally allowed to drink at the age of 16. So just in case you went like, what? Teenage years? Oh my god. Well, it's normal for us Germans. But no, I'm not talking about the liver. I'm talking about my heart. And even though being born with a congenital heart defect and having a heart surgery as a baby and then again as a teenager should have been a good indicator for me to heal my heart, I still decided to ignore this poor feller. And it got so bad that my heart started doing this. I'm so lonely, I have nobody. Oh. In my darkest hours, when my pain was so excruciating that I could barely get through the day, my spiritual mentor said to me over and over again, listen to your heart, follow your heart's guidance. Your heart will always lead you in the right direction. In his book, Becoming Supernatural, Joe Dispenza even invites us to walk like an open-hearted and loving person. So yes, your heart is that important. And this leads us directly to step number 3. Make it your number 1 priority to act in alignment with your heart on all 3 levels. Now let's have a look at what these 3 levels are all about and how each of these levels helped me on my journey to becoming a millionaire. Level 1, activate your heart by placing your awareness on it. Yes, I'm talking about the good old brain and heart coherence, and no matter if it's included in the Joe Dispenza meditation or not, I always go into brain and heart coherence before every meditation I do. And here's how it works. Close your eyes and breathe in a relaxed rhythm. Breathe in for 4 to 5 seconds, then breathe out for 4 to 5 seconds. While you're breathing in this relaxed rhythm, you place your awareness on your heart. Once you feel a connection to it, you place your awareness on your brain. Then in the last step, you focus your awareness on your heart and your brain at the same time, and you follow the flow of energy. And we'll also practice activating your heart, tuning into your heart, and creating with your heart in week number 4 of my 8-week one-on-one coaching program, the Abundance Reality Shift Coaching Program. And if you want to find out more about it, it's the first link in the description. And this leads us to level 2. Level 2, feel all the beautiful heart-centered emotions as often as you can. In his book, Becoming Supernatural, Joe Dispenza encourages us to consciously feel the elevated emotions of the heart, and that's what makes you a creator of your life. And always remember, the brain sends the intention into the field, but it's the heart that draws the experience back to you into your physical reality, because the elevated emotions draw the experience back to you, and the heart pulls them because you feel the elevated emotions deep within your heart. And the emotions that you might want to feel on your journey towards abundance are joy, love, freedom, gratitude, empowerment. And you want to feel these elevated emotions as often as possible, with your eyes open and with your eyes closed, because they are in perfect alignment with the abundant future you want to create. And this leads us to level 3. Level 3, act like a heart-centered human being. And this is the part that so many people like to ignore. They do Joe Dispenza's meditations and they see their abundant self acting in a certain way in the meditations, but then they don't act this way in their physical reality. Just think about how ridiculous the following scenario is. You see yourself being generous and giving to others in a Joe Dispenza meditation as your abundant self. But then you order food and the delivery driver arrives at your apartment and you then don't give them a tip at all. And you think to yourself, yes, I just saved $2, I got more abundant. I mean, I don't want to offend you, but there might be a slight disconnect between the abundant version that you see in your meditations and the abundant version that you then are in your physical reality. And in breaking the habit of being yourself, Joe Dispenza reminds us that we can only become truly powerful when our actions equal our thoughts. And the next step has everything to do with you embracing your inner Indiana Jones. I waited all my life for this moment. What I'm about to share with you now might be one of the weirdest manifestation strategies that you've ever heard of. And that's why it's often overlooked, even though it's so effective. But think about what Joe Dispenza shared with us in You Are the Placebo. And that's that we can only create from the unknown. And this is incredibly powerful because the known represents your current income and net worth. You can only recreate the same income and net worth from the known. The unknown is the place where an infinite number of possibilities are waiting for you. I would have never been able to 30x my income from $1,000 a month to $30,000 a month if I had stayed mentally, emotionally, and spiritually in the known. My current income was hidden in the unknown. My current net worth was hidden in the unknown. The reality in which I am a millionaire was hidden in the unknown. Now let's have a look at what Joe Dispenza writes in his book Evolve Your Brain. Here he describes how our sense of adventure for the future that we want to create often gets lost because of the emotions from the past. And that's why this battle is going on between you wanting to attract your future, going on an adventure, being adventurous, jumping in the unknown, but then the emotions from the past are here to fight that. And that's exactly why I invite you to embrace step number 4. Turn your life into an adventure because the unknown is an adventurous place. Here's the truth. The best way to get comfortable and familiar with the unknown in the spiritual creation process is by embracing the unfamiliar and sometimes at first uncomfortable unknown in the physical realm by going on adventures. And here are some ideas. Adventure idea 1. Try a new hobby, and no, it doesn't have to be something extreme, such as skydiving or bungee jumping. Adventure idea 2, explore a new city or take it to the next level and explore a new country. Adventure idea 3, try a new restaurant that you have never been to or try a new dish you have never eaten. It doesn't have to be something crazy. The only purpose is to get you out of the familiar known and into the unfamiliar unknown. And a positive side effect is that you will enjoy your life way more. And in his book, You Are the Placebo, Joe Dispenza explains that new experiences lead to new emotions, and these new emotions then create a new reality. So what are you waiting for? Go on an adventure. And if you're ready for an adventure, you can write in the comments below, I'm ready for an adventure. But I knew that at some point I had to leave the room that I locked myself in to meditate. And you have to do the same because you are meditating. You are sending the intention out into the field over and over again. And you are drawing the experience back to you with the elevated emotions. But where do you go from here? What's next? let's go home and eat some cheese. As a German, I know that there is a time and place for cheese, but now we have to focus on more important things, such as signs that lead you to money, ideas for products and services, an unexpected promotion at your job. And that's why it's time to embrace step number 5. Break out of the room to experience all the signs and synchronicities that the universe sends your way. It's time that you break out of the room that you locked yourself in to meditate, at least when signs and synchronicities lead you to a different place. And that's why I invite you to follow the signs and synchronicities that the universe sends you. Take action when the universe gives you the perfect idea for a product or service as a direct download during a meditation. Go to the place the universe leads you to. Call the person the universe chooses as your next mentor, boss, employee, or business partner. In a blog post with the title "For those of you feeling stuck in your life" that was published on Joe Dispenza's website on the 19th of July 2019, Dr. Joe describes that synchronizing our energy to a desired reality inevitably leads to synchronicities in our life that guide us to this reality. That's why I want you to apply for your dream job when the universe gives you the mental nudge to open a very specific job search engine in exactly this moment. Create the product or service when the universe downloads a detailed blueprint directly into your brain. Use the exact same words in the meeting with your boss, which leads to you getting the promotion that doubles your salary. And yes, I'm talking about the exact words that the universe gave you in a Joe Dispenza meditation. So follow the breadcrumbs that the universe throws at you, throws in front of you, and sometimes behind you. And I did that, and well, that's why I can now confidently say my body is fully healed, I'm a millionaire, I fully enjoy my life, and I'm financially free. And if you are also ready to create your abundant dream life, if you're ready to take your business to the next level without working harder in the physical realm, or you want to get your dream job, then I invite you to go to affirmation2manifestation.com/abundance, or to click on the first link in the description to find out more about my 8-week one-on-one coaching program, the Abundance Reality Shift Coaching Program. And on this page, you can watch countless testimonials from amazing people from all over the world who have completed the coaching program and transformed their lives. Now, I already mentioned in the video that I was able to 30x my income from $1,000 a month to $30,000 a month. If you're ready to find out exactly how I accomplished this with Joe Dispenza's meditations, not just once, but on a consistent basis, then I invite you to watch this video next.